Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle. And it's called Wannabe Assassin by Nicholas Duhale, and here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place in each cell one single digit that's from the digits 1 through 9, such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region, which is a box. There are 9 pseudocells in the grid, one in every row, column, we can get a column, and box. And each digit from 1 through 9 appears in a pseudocell exactly once. The pseudocell's value is that of its 3 by 3 box number. So the 3 by 3 box numbers are, this is box 1. So the pseudocell would have a value of 1 here. This is box 2. The pseudocell would have a value of 2 in this box 2. This is box 3, box 4. This is typical Western reading notation. Box 5, box 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the pseudocell's value is that of its box number. And within a cage, digits must not repeat, and their values sum to the small number in the top left corner. So these two cells' values sum to 6. And so it could be, if this were a pseudocell and this were a 4, this would actually sum up to 6 because the value of the pseudocell is the box number it's in, which is box 2. So therefore, no matter what this digit is, if this was a pseudocell, these would add up to 6. And that would satisfy the cage, or a killer cage, essentially, rule set. Anyways, those are all the rules. Excuse me. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so for these cages, they add up to how much? They add up to 40, which means the 6 here must be in the pseudo cage, or the pseudocell, sorry. Because we're losing 5 cells, 5 in value. The value of the pseudocage is 1. So that means the digit in the pseudocage has to be 6 to compensate. We have him in box 1, so the 6 here is in the pseudocage. Box 3, we have a full amount. So that adds up to 12, 12, and 15. That's 24 plus 15 is 39. Wait, so 6 is... Oh, no. We have a difference between the pseudo cage value, which is 3, and 6. Right? Because it's 45 minus 39. So again, this is 45 minus 40. So that's a difference in value from the pseudo cage of 5 with its digit, which is 6. This pseudocell value must be 45 minus 39. So that's 6 plus the pseudocell value, which is 3. So the pseudocell in here is 9. These digits add up to 15 plus 15 plus 10. So the pseudocell value here must be 17 plus 15 plus 10, which is 32 plus 10 is 42. 42 minus... So 45 minus 42 is 3. The value is 4, so the value in the digit in the pseudocell is 7 here. So this is an increase or a decrease in value of 3. This is a decrease in value of 5, decrease in value of 6, decrease in value of 3. This is 19 plus 20 plus 8. 19 plus 8 is 27, plus 20 is 47. 47 minus 45 is what we need to subtract from the pseudo value. So that's 47 minus 45 is 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. So this is 5 in value. We have in column 9, we have 22, 9, and 22. 22 plus 22 is 44. 44 plus 9 is 53. 53 minus 45, which is the sum of 1 through 9 here, is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. So this is 1 in value. This is a 5 in value. And in addition, in box 9, we have 22, which can only be the values 5, 589, and 679. So that means the pseudo values have to be here, and this must be 2, 3, and 4. So these are not pseudo values. The pseudo values are here. This is a 1, so this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. And this is 5, 6, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't know which one's the pseudo value. The pseudo value here is 1. What can the pseudo value... Okay, so in row 5, they add up to 46, which means the pseudo value must be 1 greater than the value that the digit we have in that pseudo cell. Well, what could the possibilities be? If this were 4 and the value were 1 greater, it would have to be on 3, but we know the value in the pseudo cell is 7 here. If this is 5, we know the value of the pseudo cell would have to be 4 here, which is possible. If it's 6 here, if the pseudo cell's here with 6, it must be with a digit value of 5, because again, 5 has to increase in value by 1. But we already have a 5 in a pseudo cell in box 7. Therefore, this cannot be the pseudo cell, and this cannot be the pseudo cell, which means the digit in the pseudo cell in box 5 has to be a 4. So this is 4. We don't know what this is. That means we're missing... What are we missing? We're missing 3 and 8 and 2. So 2, 3, and 8 could be the pseudo cell values here. 2, 3, and 8, and 2, 3, and 8. This is 2, 3, and 4, which means this cannot contain 2, 3, or 4. It could have the pseudo cell value, though. Here, we have 7 going down to a value of... Sorry, 5 going up to a value of 7. This cannot have a pseudo cell then, because again, 5 going up to 7 would force this to be 7, 1, and 0, which is not possible. So 5 can't be here. This has to be specifically 1, 3, and 4. That means we need a 2 somewhere. 2. The 5 goes up to the 7 in value. So 2 cannot be here. This must be 2. So this has to be 2, 8, and 9, which does not have a pseudo value. That means the rest are 5, 6, and 7, with the 5 going up in value to... which means this cannot be pseudo values here, because we know the pseudo cell is one of these 3. This is 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, and 4 cannot be here. What's the minimum without a pseudo cell then? It's 2, 5, 6. So this must have the pseudo cell here, which means this cannot have the pseudo cell. You don't have a 2 here because of the 2, 8, 9 triplet here. So this must be 1. The pseudo cell has to be here, which means this is 6. So we have 6, 2, The 6 is 1 in value. You can have 1, 5, and 7, but that doesn't add up to 10. So it has to be 2 with a 1 in value, and that's 7, right? So it's 2, 6, 7 here. This cannot be 1, 2, 7. It cannot be 1, 3, 6. It's 1, 4, 5. So this is 1, 4, 5. This is 2, 6, 7. This has to be 3, 8, 9 here, which leaves in the rest of the column 1, 2, and 4. And this cannot be the pseudocell because one of these is a pseudocell. Here, the 7 goes down to a 4 in value. So if this were the pseudocell, that would be 4, 4, and 9, which is possible. Oh yeah, the digits remaining in column 3 are 5, 8, and 9. The digits remaining in column 1 are 3, 6, and 7, but 7 cannot be here. This can't be 8 or 9 because those 8 would be, actually 8 could be with, no, it would be with 1 and 4, 1 and 3 at minimum. So that's not allowed. And 9 obviously would be 1 and 0, so this can't be 5, 8, or this can't be 8 or 9. This is 5, which means 5 cannot be here or here. We can have 3, 8, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 9 does not work, and 6, 9 does not work. This can't be 9. This has to be 8, which makes this 9. 5 must be, it cannot be with 6. It could be with 7 as the 1 in value. So 1 value with 4. Or it's 2 and 3. 8. 15 minus 8 is 7. So these two digits must add up to 7. So it's either 1, 6, or 3, 4. This could be 4 in value plus 4. 6 and 2. Can it ever be 3? No. Because 17 minus 9 is 8. So 4 and 4 in value, 2 and 6, 1 and 7. 1 and 7 doesn't work, though. This can't be 3, therefore we have a 2, 4, 2, 4 pair in column 2, which eliminates 2 and 4 in the rest of the column. Therefore, this is 1. This must be 1, 6, and 8 to add up to 15. This then has to be a 7, which makes this 3. So this is not a pseudocell. This is the pseudocell. That's 4 and 4. So this is 4 and 4. This is 3, 2, and 5 to add up to 10. So this adds up to 16 without a pseudocell. You don't have 1, 6, or 8. It has to contain 9 in one of these. 4 is here, and 4 has to be... Okay, so this cannot contain 4. If it doesn't have a 2, what would be the minimum? 3, 5, and 7. 3, 5, and 9. This is a 5 in value with the 4. So the other two digits must add up to 10. We don't have 1, 9, 2, 8, or 4, 6, so this is 3, 7. This has to be 3, 4, and 7, but the 4 is a 5 in value. So the remaining digits in row 5 have to be 2, 5, and 9. So 2 is not in the pseudocell here. This is just 3 and 8. Okay. Pseudocell's here, which means pseudocell cannot be here, or here, or here. So 3 is not in the pseudocell here, which means the 8 has to be, right? Because 3 is here and 3 is here, which eliminates 3 from these cells, and this cannot be pseudocell, and it is a 3. So this is an 8, which means this can't be 8. This can't be 8. The 2 or the 3 is in the pseudocell there. 4 and 7 are here. This must be 4, 7, and 8. That leaves these digits as 1, 3, and 6 because of the 2, 5, 9 triplet in the box and the 4, 7, 8 triplet in the box. Rest of row 6 is 1, 6, 9. Rest of row 4 is 2, 5, and 8. Well, 2 can't be in the 20 cage because 2 and 8 add up to at most 10, and this would then have to be a 10, so it's not allowed. So this is a 5-8 pair. That forces this to be 2. So the 5-8 pair is adds up to 13, so this must be a 7 in value, but there's the pseudocell would be 2, so this can't be pseudocell. This is 7 specifically. This adds up to 13. Again, you can't have a 2 in value because it's 4 and 9 at minimum. So this is 4, 9, 5, 8. And neither of these can be pseudocells. Okay. What else do we have? If this were 5, 8, 9, specifically, well, it could be 6, 7, 9. Okay, these values cannot be, the values can be 1 and 8. 2 and 7 cannot be in value here. And 4 and 5 can't be here because that would eliminate all possibilities for the cell. So this is 1, 8, 3, and 6. So these cannot be pseudocells. So the pseudocells are one of these 4. This could be 1, 5, or 2, 4. So it's 1 through 5 here. Obviously, the 2 could be the same value in the pseudocell as the pseudocell. So one of these digits is 4, 5. One of these digits is 4, 5. Okay, so what happens if this is 5, 8? If this is 5, 8, that forces this to be a 3, 6 pair. And this is 2 and 4 in value, but the 3 cannot be here, as it would have to be 2 with a 2 and 4, even if it's in the pseudocell. If it's 4, 9, this becomes 1, 5. Okay, so if this is 5, 8, this becomes 3, 6. If this is 4, 9, that forces this to be 1, 5 in value, which forces this to be 3, 6. So this is always 3, 6, which means the pseudocell here is the 2. So this pseudocell value has to be a 3 here. The 7 eliminates 7 here. Rest of the box is 1, 2, 8, 9. And this can't be 2. So this is not the pseudocell. This can't be 7. The 8 is the pseudocell here. This cannot have 2, 3, or 4. So this can't be 3, this can't be 2, this can't be 4. Can this be the non-pseudocell? No, because if this is non-pseudocell, it would have to be specifically 1, 5, and 6 to add up to 12. And that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. So this is pseudocell, which means this is not pseudocell. This is not pseudocell, and this can't be pseudocell because this is the pseudocell. We have then 3 in value here, which is a 9. So this has to be 9, which eliminates 9 here. So this has to be 5 here. This can't be 5, and this can't be 5. The 9 is 3 in value. Which means the other remaining digits must be adding up 3 in value. So 12 minus 3 is 9 for the 2 other digits. So it's either 1, 8, cannot be 2, cannot be 3, or 4. This has to be 1, 8, 9, which eliminates 1, 8, and 9 in the rest of the column. This can't be 8, this is 7, this can't be 1, this is 6. Therefore, this can't be 6, this can't be 6, this can't be 7, that can't be 7. This is 1, 8, 9. If this were 2, 4, well, this adds up to 12 without a 1. So it has to be either 2, 4, 6 or 3, 4, 5. Or 2, 3, 7. Two through 7, essentially. So this can't be 7 here. This is also 2 through 7, then. Okay. What are the okay, so the 3 turns into an 8 here. So the 3 in value is actually an 8. So it's plus 5, so it's 50 in value for this entire box. This is 25 combined. So therefore, this would have to be 25 for 3 digits, which is not allowed if you don't have a pseudocell. So these are not pseudocells. This has to be a pseudocell, which means this can't be pseudocell. These can't be pseudocells. So these can't be 1, and this can't be 5. This has to be pseudocell, and it has to be, to add up 25, it's either 3 going up to 8 in value. You could have 8, 8, and 9, and in fact, that's actually what you have to have. So this has to be 3, 8, 9, with the 3 becoming the 8 in value. So 8 in value plus 8 in value plus 9, which eliminates 3, 8, and 9 in the rest of the column or row. This can't be 3, 8, or 9. This is 2. This can't be 2, 3, so this is 4. This can't be 8 or 9. Therefore, we have 5, 6, 7. This can't be 3 or 4. Therefore, this is 1. This is 6 or 7. So, 2 can't be here. 2 can't be here. 4 can't be either of these. 5 in box 9 has to be one of these 2 cells. So this can't be 5. This can't be 5. And this can't be 5. We have 3 digits adding up to 12. It cannot be 1, 2, 9, because we already have a 9 here. Obviously can't be 1, 3, 8. It could be either 1, 4, 7 here, or 1, 5, 6, or 2, 4, 6. So 8 or 9 is here, and one of 8 or 9 is here, but we don't know which. 13 could be 1, 5, 7. So it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 also. This can't be 2, this can't be 2. Seven cannot be either of these. Um, Hmm. Oh, if this is 2, 4, 6, the problem is that would force this to be 3 and that to be 3, and we'd have a duplicate in that row. So this cannot be 2. This has to be 1, 4, 7 or 1, 5, 6 here, which means 1 cannot be either of these cells. Since 1 can't be either of these cells, those can't be the pseudocell. So the pseudocell has to be one of those two, which means this cannot be the pseudocell. So this must be the pseudocell here, which means this is 5. This can't be 5 then. So 1 cannot be here. 1 is one of these pseudocells. This can't be 1, 5, and 6. It must be 1, 4, 7, adding up to 12, which means this is a 2, 5, 6 triplet, which eliminates 2, 5, and 6 in the rest of the row. This can't be 2, 5, or 6. This must be 3. This can't be 3. This is 4, which makes this 3, which makes this 2. This can't be 7, so this is... We have 6 in one of these digits and 8 or 9 here. This is the pseudocell. This can't be 2, 5, or 6. This can't be 6, so this is 7, which makes this 6. Which means this cannot be 6 here. So this is 5 or 7. This can't be 6 here, or 7. Okay. Let's see. 5 is here. So this could be 5, 8, 9, 5, 8, 9, 5, 8, 1, 6, 7, 9, or 6, 7, 1. Okay, 12. It's either 2, 4, 2, 3, 7, 2, 4. Okay, so if it's 2, 3, and 7, what does that mean? That means 1 has to be here. So if this is 2, 3, 7, this is 1, this is 5. So if this is 2, 3, 7, this becomes 1. This becomes 5, 8, and 9 then, because the 1 is here. But then the 8 would not be here, which is the pseudocell. The 1 would not be here because it's the pseudocell. So you'd have no pseudocell in this row. So this cannot be 2, 3, 7. Therefore, the 7 has to be one of these two digits here, which eliminates 7 here. This is 5. This must be 5 and 8, which means this can't be 8. So this is 4. This must be 8. This is not the pseudocell. So this must be the pseudocell, which forces this to be the pseudocell. Therefore, this must be 5, 8, and 1, which means this can't be 1. This is 3, which makes this 1. This must be 6, 7, and 9 then. And this cannot be the pseudocell. That forces this not to be 9, so this is 2, which makes this 9. Therefore, this has to be 3, 4, and 5, which eliminates 3, 4, 5 here. That makes this 2, 6, 7. This can't be 7 because of the 7 in the row. We have a 2, 6, 2, 6 pair. That doesn't really help much. Okay. Where are 6 and 7 in row 2? None of these can be 6 or 7. None of these can be 6 or 7. Therefore, this must be a 6, 7 pair here. That 6, 7 pair eliminates 6 and... well, where it then is the 2 in row 2. 2 can't be here. 2 can't be here. 2 must be here. So this must be a 2, 4 pair, which is the pseudocell. So this cannot be 2. This can't be 4 and 9. This is 5 and 8, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the box. This is not a pseudocell. These are not pseudocells. Since this is not a pseudocell, it can't be 6. So this has to be 7, which means this can't be 7. This 2-4 pair eliminates 2 and 4 in the rest of the row, so this can't be 4. This can't be 4. This can't be 7. This is 6, which makes this 2, which makes that 7. That means this can't be 2. This is 6, which makes this 2. The 6 is a pseudocell, so this is a pseudocell, which eliminates the pseudocell here, which makes this the pseudocell, and that must be a 9 going down to a 3 in value. Pseudocell is one of these two. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 1, this is 9. This 1 eliminates 1 here. We can't have a 3 in it because of the 3-6 pair in the row. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 8, which means none of these can be 8. This 9 eliminates 9 here, it's 3 and 9. 3 eliminates 3 here, it's 5, which makes this 4. That makes this 3. This 5 eliminates 5 here. This is 1, which eliminates 1 here, so it's 8 and 1. This can't be 1 or 5, so this is 4, which makes this 5. We have in column 5 a 5-8 pair, which eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the column. This can't be 8, and this can't be 5. 9 can't be here because of the 9 in the column. 1 can't be here. That makes this a 4, which means this can't be 4. This can't be 1. This can't be 4, so this is 3. This can't be 4, so it's 2. And the 2 in box 2 is the pseudocell. So that's 2 in the pseudocell. This is not. This is 4. These can't be pseudocells then. So 3 cannot be here. Well, we already knew that. This can't be 2. We have 5, 6, 8, and 9. These can't be 3. This must be a 7 because the 4 eliminates the 4 there. Therefore, the 7 is not the pseudocell. The 4 is a pseudocell. So this is pseudocell, which means this can't be pseudocell. So this is the pseudocell here. So this is 3, which makes this 8. This is 9. This 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 4. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 1 and 7. Whereas a 2 in column 5, it has to be here. This can't be 1. This can't be 3, so it's 6, which makes that 3. 6 eliminates here. This 6, and 1 eliminates that 1. So this is 9, which makes that 6, which makes that 1. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 5, 8, 5, 8. The 6 eliminates 6 here, that's 5, which makes that 6. 9 eliminates 9 here, so that's 8. And this is finally a 9. And that's how you solve it. Yeah, pretty nice use of killer cages with the pseudocell possibilities. And then you have the uniqueness clause for the pseudocells. So that worked out very well, actually, there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve. I did, actually. This was a lot of fun. I like coloring. And I also like, well, that's partly because I like pseudocells because I think I like coloring. So, but this was very fun for me. And I hope you had a fun time watching it. And I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.